Welcome back. The Karnataka gold smuggling investigation is getting murkier by the day. What started as a gold seizure at the Kempegowda airport has now opened a can of worms. From the revenue department to central agencies like the enforcement directorate, no stone is being left unturned to uncover the larger nexus, because it's hard to believe that just one person was involved, which is Ranya Rao, to carry so much gold, as much as she did, about 14 kilograms, on her body and travel from Dubai to India. The Enforcement Directorate today conducted raids across a dozen locations in connection with their investigation as well. But what was interesting was a statement of Ranya Rao, which detailed exactly how she got the gold, who gave it to her, and then how she brought it back from Dubai to Bengaluru. This is what the Revenue Department told us here on CNN News 18. This is how the entire story panned out. Ranya had claimed that she got a call from an unknown number, a foreign number, on the 1st of March, asking her to be at a specific gate in Dubai, Gate A of Terminal 3 of the international airport, and she was to collect the gold bar there and then deliver it in Bengaluru. She also claimed that she was receiving such calls for the last 2 weeks prior to when she had to deliver those particular gold bars. Ranya said she doesn't know exactly who this caller was, but he had an African-American accent, who told her that he would come in a white gown near the gate. Ranya claims that the caller told her that after she clears the security check, he will hand over the gold bars which have to be delivered. The actor confessed that she learned to conceal gold bars on her person from YouTube videos. She purchased tapes near the airport is what she said. She also used scissors to cut the tapes to a certain size, keep it in her bag beforehand, as she would not be able to carry scissors into the airport. The actor said that an unknown caller directed her to leave the gold bars in an auto rickshaw at the Bengaluru airport. But this was after she was supposed to clear security. Someone was supposed to help her clear security at Bengaluru airport, but that of course went bust. Upon arrival and search at the Bengaluru airport, Ranya admitted to concealing these gold bars and also told the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence that she had not only travelled to Dubai but to Europe, to other parts of the Middle East, the United States and Africa as well. Now, the extent of the racket is yet to be unearthed, but several investigations are probing this, and there are several key players in it. Ranya, of course, was the one key player. She was one step away from clearing the security at the Bengaluru airport when custom officials intercepted her and recovered those gold bars. The Kannada actress is believed to be a part of a larger racket that's been operating through the Kempegowda airport over the last few months. Her associate, Tarun Raju, is the second arrest that was made. He belongs to a prominent hotelier family in Bengaluru. He is believed to have knowledge of Ranya's smuggling activities. Was he a crucial part of laundering that as well? That's something that's being investigated. An internal Karnataka police report submitted to the Home Department outlines the events surrounding actor Ranya Rao's smuggling case. The report includes a statement from Constable Basav Raju, whom Ranya contacted before she boarded this particular flight in Dubai. She allegedly pressured him into escorting her upon arrival in Bengaluru, but he informed that he was on duty elsewhere and couldn't do so. Now remember, Ranya Rao is the daughter or the stepdaughter of a DGP rank officer in Karnataka, Ramachandra Rao. His role is also under the scanner, even though the Karnataka CID has now withdrawn the case over these protocol breaches because another agency is already investigating it. His role will be looked at, especially now after Constable Basav Raju's statement to the Revenue Department. BJP has also alleged that there are some Congress leaders and ministers who may be involved, with many BJP leaders, including the state president in Karnataka, claiming that Ranya's arrest right after that, she called some Congress ministers for help. Now, as far as the DRI and its investigation is concerned, they are trying to unearth how exactly she brought this gold and on how many occasions prior to this one did she bring in gold and what was that worth and what happened to it. The ED is also investigating this gold smuggling link. Customs duty evasion trail as well is under probe. The CBI has also now stepped in. They are investigating the role of officials, bureaucrats who could have been helping her bypass these protocols, bypass these security norms at the airports. They will be investigated as well. And the Revenue Department, of course, which is the nodal agency that is looking into this entire case, is looking at hawala transactions, at money laundering and Ranya Rao's possible link to illegal financial networks as well. So now that we have this entire trail outlined, is there a larger national security threat that needs to be spoken of as well? Because if one person can conceal so much gold on their person, travel from an international airport to Bengaluru, it could have been anything else that the person was transporting. Is that something that we need to be wary of? That's what we open up to our guests on Plain Speak.
first order which was issued is entrusting this inquiry by naming the DG officer and asking for an inquiry. The second order was a general order to CID for the protocol violations. Since the first inquiry covers this also, there is no question of two inquiries.
इंटरनेशनल डेस्टिनेशन से ट्रैवल कर रहे तो संबंध किसके साथ है, किस मंत्री के साथ है, इसे आ रहे हैं ना, और चेक क्यों नहीं किया?
Let's open this up. Sanjay Sahai, former ADGP of Karnataka, is with us, and BL Vora, former IG CISF, is with us as well. I want to get in BL Vora first, but because I want to talk about how it is that at two different airports, one in Dubai and one in Bengaluru, she managed to conceal 14 kilograms of gold strapped on your person, when one can't even get away with a few coins in their pocket or a keychain in their pocket.
As you said, Poonam, yourself at the Dubai airport, the white collar told him that he will hand over the gold bars to him after the security check. So, if that be so, then after the security check means that that fellow has some connections there, whosoever the criminal is. And so he handed over, so there was nobody to check her throughout the flight. The other thing was coming at the Bengaluru airport, where she was perhaps earlier also using the help of the protocol. CISF, basically it is there through some police cops or some bureaucrats. And there, when she did not get the help, as per your own story, when she rang up a constable who told her that he was on leave and can't help. So that is how she was caught. Oh, that is why this whole trail is there. And let me also tell you, her statements should always be taken with a pinch of salt, like the story of any accused for that matter. Any accused will give stories. These have to be verified, each one of them, and they will be verified. Number two, this is not the first time that she has done it. She would have been doing it for long. Number three, these gold smuggling and other smuggling like this always take place through networks. No individuals can do it. And it has been going on for ages. It will still go on. There will be many groups even now today who would be doing it. So here she has been caught. I think she had the confidence that at Bengaluru airport she'll be able to go past the security, but her luck did not favor her, and that's why she was caught this time. So in a way it is very good, but it's definitely nexus. Of course, it will have all the related issues which are being looked into, whether it is money laundering or not, who else is involved, the role of officials, all the things that you have said. Now, the possibility of politicians, I don't know, from either side, that also cannot be ruled out. See, these things, they always can be done only with the help of a lot of people who are involved. So I think that is why all this has happened. I'm sure the CBI, the DRI, everyone will reach to the bottom of this. This is just the beginning of a revolution. Let's see, I'm sure much more will come out and skeletons will be out from a cupboard. Poonam.
Absolutely, and there are going to be so many other people that she may have been involved with, because this doesn't look like an operation that one person or two people can come out and ensure. But Sanjay Sahai, there's also the role of police officers here that is being discussed. Like she herself told the DRI that she called a constable, which obviously she's done from a position that she's a stepdaughter of a DGP rank officer in the state. So she thought she could misuse her stepfather's office to make these kind of claims. But why are we seeing none of these individuals under any investigation so far? We've had this particular constable that has recorded his statement, but that's about that.
See, what has happened is that the compromise of protocol services, as we have been talking about for the last 10 days, that has certainly happened, and that should come to light as to what is the nature of compromise of the protocol services. With regards to protocol services getting compromised, it has wider connotation, which means that there is an insider threat to the security mechanism of an international airport. With regards to the people you are talking about, Basuraj, so Basuraj and whosoever other people are involved, who are a part of the basically, there should be a part where their involvement and their complexity also needs to be seen. So there is already an inquiry committee, which is being inquiry committee or a one-member inquiry commission, which is being headed by Gaurav Gupta. And he is there to look into what the protocol services are compromised and whether or not there's involvement of the stepfather of this particular actress. So that is where we stand. But as far as DRI is concerned, DRI is the prime nodal investigative agency and it is well within its rights to question anybody, interrogate anybody, and gather evidence, and concurrently guide the state government or whosoever is the disciplinary authority to take action and take action on its own as well. It is on DRI instance that CBI also came into this investigation, and CBI is providing all other support which is required. And today we see that Enforcement Directorate also is a part of it. So, which means we are getting into money laundering. We are also getting into Hawala transaction. We are also accepting the fact that it is a part of a bigger syndicate, and whatever confession or whatever statement Ranya Rao has given to DRI, so that primarily deals with whatever happened at Dubai International Airport. Certainly, it has to be taken with a pinch of salt, and the nature of precision with which he carried 14.8 lakhs, 14.8 kgs of gold. Certainly, it is in no way acceptable that it was happening for the first time. There are two instances earlier also, one on November 13, another on December 20, 2024, where her stated destination has been Geneva and she has come to Bangalore. So all these things don't add up. And somebody making some foreign number, making a call to you, and you reaching without verifying anything, you have somebody to fall back upon. That is your stepfather to whom you can communicate. None of these things have happened.
Right, so obviously there was some sort of robust mechanism that she thought she had at the backing that thought she had, which is why she was okay doing all of this. But she claims that she was being blackmailed, that she thought she had no way out. BL Vora, that kind of stance, is that, does that argument hold any water? Is that convincing enough?
Ms. Poonam, anything is possible. She may be right, she may not be right. But talking about that constable, that security clearance at the Bangalore airport, let me tell you, I've been a DGP myself also for many years. My experience tells me, and I was in CISF as well, as you know that. See, if protocol through a senior officer like DGP rank or even IG rank, even DIG rank, if it is to be used, I don't think they will go to a constable then. They will speak to the commandant of the CISF at least. They'll speak to senior people. So maybe the constables also at that level, they may be bribing, those people may be part of the syndicate, one doesn't know really. I'm not absolving the DGP, her stepfather, but on this basis alone, if you ask me, I think the possibility is very less that somebody very senior would have been involved. Because why a DGP rank officer will talk to a constable to get the security clearance? So I think even the CISF at lower levels also, I think they should also be thoroughly probed. Maybe those guys are involved themselves directly into the money making. Poonam.
Right. So there are several people that are involved in this entire case. But Sanjay Sahai, as far as the gold smuggling racket goes, and in this particular instance, right now we've had only two people under arrest, which is the actress herself and another associate of hers who is also believed to have some sort of connections to this entire case. But what about the investigation on Dubai's side? Is that something that the Indian government, the Karnataka police or the DRI will also have to look at? Because she claims that she bypassed security there when somebody else handed her the gold, which also means that somebody had an in there as well, isn't it?
See, I don't know what is the nature of collaboration the federal agencies are having with Dubai police. I have been telling over and over again in any number of on any number of TV channels that getting the gold or carrying the gold through the security, that is the DFD is there, besides lots of other technical resources deployed at Dubai International Airport, seems to be very far-fetched, seems to be next to impossible. If it has happened, then it has happened because of connivance. But as the story comes now, which is again to be taken with a pinch of salt rather than a bucket of salt, is post the security clearance, the whole thing has been handed over to us. And after the whole thing being handed over to her, she had made the preparations beforehand of carrying the tape and of that size, and then use the washroom to put the whole 14.8 kgs or 14.2 kgs on herself. So the Dubai part is still remains very, very unclear. What is the nature of collaboration happening between DRI and the Dubai police? We are not aware of. We are also not aware of the fact as to what is the collaboration happening through Interpol on variety of these areas. And there is also something known as the Financial Action Task Force, of which large number of countries are signatories. So there is no doubt about the fact that international collaboration is required, and what is the nature of complicity at that end, that also needs to be known. So certainly there is something. See, again, I will repeat the same thing again, that at the entry point, from where you embark on this international journey, the checks are much more stringent. So it is their concern that nothing moves out which is illegal, and it cannot only be gold. It can be variety of other things which can be used for hijacking, which can be drug trade, which can be a variety of things. So no government, no international airport is ready to take this risk. But having compromised that, how it has happened, that is very necessary. And it will also help us to understand as to how many times it has happened. And whether this modus operandi has been a very successful modus operandi or it has been one-off affair. For me, one-off affair does not seem to be a very logical sort of a conclusion. It is only a gut feeling or whatever acumen I have generated myself, created in myself over the years. Broadly, it is quite a well-oiled machine, and gold smuggling, terror financing, and variety of things happen hand in hand.
Right, which is why we're now seeing multiple agencies also look at that. But like I was talking about right at the start, and BL Vora, I want to get you in on that. The DRI in court yesterday, when they were opposing her bail and putting out her statement on their side of the investigation, also said that this is not just a matter of gold smuggling, but it's a matter of national security as well. That also does bring the focus on certain protocols at airports. Is that something that also needs to be looked at? The kind of power that some people wield, is that something that also needs to be looked at, perhaps reviewed, in your opinion?
Definitely. See, point is today you are smuggling gold. Tomorrow you can smuggle weapons. You can smuggle explosives. I mean, there's so many things which are very, very dangerous, and these can be used for doing violence anywhere. So definitely it's a matter of national security. So as the investigation proceeds, they will know more. See, there are many places in the country where the smuggling routes are used not only for gold. The Manipur is in news. Let's talk of More in Manipur, where I was DGP and Home Secretary also. See, there also, the route is not only for stones, ruby stones, they are very famous from that place. But a lot of drugs come from there, a lot of weapons come from there, a lot of explosives come from there. So, national security is definitely an angle which has to be looked into. And with the Dubai police, I think government would have already asked for cooperation. Maybe they already have some informal or formal understanding. Otherwise, of course, Interpol is there. All those channels are open to them. But definitely it's a matter of national security. As I said, it can be anything else. It may have been something else, may have been brought in the past also. One never knows. And why use Bangalore airport all the time? Maybe this racket, these guys are using other airports also. Only this has come to light at the moment. So all the angles will have to be seen, and I'm sure they are being looked into. Poonam.
Right, so all of these angles will be investigated. The central government perhaps will also be looking at, once this entire report is out, of multiple agencies, if there is any need to make any particular changes. But Sanjay Sahai, as far as why Bengaluru, that's something that BL Vora was also speaking. Are there certain airports, are there certain cities that seem to be a little more vulnerable than the rest? Could that be a reason?
Why Bangalore? Why Bangalore? Because Bangalore is the apple of the eye. And see, Bangalore is already on the world map with regards to IT. So that's point number one. Point number two, with regards to gold smuggling, which is primarily you see Cochin, you see Trivandrum, and you see Bangalore. So they are a part of that particular circuit. And if you get into the Cochin International Airport, I think on a regular basis, there are lots of people who get caught doing gold smuggling. There, wherever they find that there is any capabilities of using the insider for making their proceeds happen in a smooth and seamless manner. They certainly get into that. Even otherwise, besides Delhi and Mumbai airports, Bangalore is the third busiest airport in the country and third most important airport in the country. Now, insider threat can compromise national security infrastructure. What is an airport? Airport is a national security infrastructure. And if a national security infrastructure is compromised, there are a variety of things which can be done. Even compromising a national security infrastructure through a cyber attack, that itself can bring the whole traffic, air traffic, to a standstill.
Absolutely. So that's something that needs to be looked at as well. So it's not just about one particular actress smuggling in this one particular instance, but there is a larger context and a larger investigation that needs to be done as well. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time, but I thank you both gentlemen for joining us here on Plain Speak. It is a wrap from my side. Thank you so much for tuning in.